OpenSearch 3.7 is here, and today we're going to talk about some of the new features that you will love. 3.7 centers on 4 themes: unified observability signals, making search relevance tuning faster and more accessible, tightening operational safety controls, and strengthening credential level security. I have Neel Shah, who is a developer advocate at StackGen. He's a Google developer expert and also an OpenSearch ambassador here with me to talk about this release. Jumping right in, Neel, what do you think of this latest release?
It's completely awesome, and a lot of people have started adopting that because there are some of the cool features with this, like the Prometheus native integrations and other stuff, like as you explained, the scalability and the security. So yeah, it is very adoptable, and people already started adopting that.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into the one we talked about a little bit before we started recording, native Prometheus integration, right? So OpenSearch dashboards can now connect directly to existing Prometheus instances. What do you think about that? Can you take us a little bit deeper, and how is this helpful for OpenSearch users?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a very cool feature because what happens is a lot of people are using Prometheus for using the matrix, and also they are using PromQL there. So queries use real PromQL now in OpenSearch directly because due to the native Prometheus integration. So anything built in dashboards is portable to recording rules or maybe PromQL tooling or something like that. And also this lets teams query logs, traces, matrices from one interface. So you can query this with PromQL on OpenSearch dashboard. You don't need to go on another dashboard and do the stuff like that. So it is very easy. And the another cool thing is, so Prometheus we have people use as a matrix collector. From matrix collector, people uses a lot of alerts, which because it can trigger a lot of alerts. So now what is going to happen is it will have unified alerts in the view, and so merges OpenSearch monitors and Prometheus alerts ruling in the single one. And also what it will do is plus a read-only rendering of alert manager routing tree, underlying alert pipelines, and it will be a proper unified surface for every of the alerts from OpenSearch plus Prometheus in a single view kind of thing. So these are some cool things that I think, and these are very adoptable because people are already using a lot of things that Prometheus are.
Yeah, I think that this is a really important feature that they just brought out because just like you said, before 3.7, people had to go to multiple different tools, right? Multiple different tabs, multiple different dashboards to see everything. There was not a cohesive way to look at that. And so now having the native Prometheus integration, being able to use PromQL directly from OpenSearch, it just takes away one additional place where people have to log in and monitor. They can do it all in one spot. If we jump over to search modernization, one of the big new things that they talk about in the 3.7 release is a 5.5x faster vector retrieval via doc value fields. So can you talk a little bit about how they're getting at this 5.5x faster retrieval and what that looks like, how they're able to achieve this?
Yeah, absolutely. This is also a very good benchmark for them also, and this is true. This is not any like marketing stunt or something like that, but this is true. So KNN vectors can now fetch from doc values instead of decompressing the whole full document, and up to 5.5x. Why we are telling that is it works with both of the like using fierce engines at all the compression levels, and requires no reindexing. That's the main key point here. No
That's
reindexing
huge.
is required. Yeah, yeah. And returns vectors as compact base 64 binary by default, and maybe or JSON array format also available. So that's the main thing. Like we don't need to reindex everything, and people can connect that with your KNN vectors, and it is very faster and something like that. And also if you see the Z-score and RF, so they are also increased due to this, and people the impact of the query is very high now. So people get answers in very few seconds now. That is the main thing which people are saying.
Awesome. Getting into the security and operations space, one of the things that I'm really looking forward to in this release, there's 2 pieces. One on the operations side is a new ISM Simulate API. So what this does, for viewers out there that don't know what the Simulate API is for index lifecycle policies, they just implemented a Simulate API, basically allowing you to see what will happen if you set up a specific lifecycle policy and what that affects. So rather than just hitting apply and hoping for the best or expecting everything to work, this gives one more layer of caution and insight before actually applying a lifecycle policy in OpenSearch. So that's one of the things that I am really excited about with this version. Another one that I am really looking forward to, I haven't tried it yet, are scoped API keys. So up until now, you would have an API key that basically gave you access to everything, right? And not everyone in the company that works with OpenSearch needs the same level of permissions. So in this case, with OpenSearch 3.7, there's now scoped API keys that basically give role-based access control to different aspects of the environment. So one user maybe doesn't need access to all of the things that the OpenSearch administrator has access to. So I'm really looking forward to diving into that and seeing just how granular we can get, and I'll report back on that as well, and seeing how that really opens up the ability for different individuals that are working in an OpenSearch environment, what that allows them to do without having to worry about having too much access or getting into configurations that they're not supposed to have access to.
And that is also a very cool point, and security always matters a lot when working with data. So that is also a very important point for us.
Yeah, exactly. Neel, if someone's running an older version of OpenSearch, which we talked about how these versions come out about every 8 weeks, it's probably pretty hard for a lot of companies to stay up on the latest and greatest. I know some people that are pretty far back in terms of OpenSearch versions. What would you say is a reason or what's your elevator pitch of why it's worth it to upgrade to 3.7?
Because what I believe is I'm working in observability space for like last 4 or 5 years, and I've seen a lot of people already use Prometheus matrices to store matrices and see the dashboards from any other platform or something like that. And now because Prometheus is directly integrated, and now we have the native integration, so it makes very much sense to use that. So people can now don't need to jump on another platform. Instead of that, use here. And so that is the main thing, like I feel you should always use that. And also the next point is the vector search is improved and 5.5x more faster it is. So at least people should use that. It will help you to create your application more faster, and the search result will be more faster. So that is the main thing. At least people should adopt the newest version and 3.7 and should adopt to this version then.
Awesome. Neel, thank you so much for being on with me. It's always great to talk to you. Where can people find you if they watch this and want to learn more from you and see what you're doing?
Yeah. So I post a lot of things on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn will be the best way to connect. And I also always reply back to anyone. And yeah, stay connected on LinkedIn, and that's a good.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll put our LinkedIn accounts in the description below the video. For everyone watching, thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you. Bye, everyone.